Hello friends, I'm Gaurav here, and today in this video I'm going to show you how can we configure a DNS name server in CentOS. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you the complete server side and client side configuration of DNS server, and the pre-requirements are you must have a static IP. So now let us start. Okay, first of all I'll show you my IP. So here I have a static IP. Okay, make sure that you have a static IP and a static host name. Just run this command hostname ctl. So here you can see my host name is server.example.com. so in this video we are going to configure a domain name with example.com. okay, if you have to configure with other domain like server.domain.com or any other, so here you have to give the server.domain.com, any other domain which you have to give. Okay, now we will install the packages which we need to install in the server side, which are bind and bind utils. So these are the two packages which we need to install in the server side, the bind and the bind utils package. Okay, after the installation of package, we will configure, go to the configuration file of named, which is in vim/etc name.conf file. Okay, so here in the options section on listen on, you have to give your IP, the static IP, your static IP. Okay, after giving your IP, you have to give a semicolon. And in this line, allow query, you have to give any. Okay, after that we'll write and quit from this file, and we'll just start the service. Systemctl start named service for the DNS server is named. Okay, we'll just enable it for the boot time. Okay, one more thing we'll do, we'll check the status whether the service is working or not by running this command systemctl status named. So now here you can see it is active and running. Now we'll apply the firewall -cmd permanent add port. So the DNS works on ports. So basically on one port it works on 53 port, but it works on two protocols, which are TCP and UDP. So we'll apply on those ports with the protocols 53/TCP for the TCP protocol and UDP for basically this DNS server works on both the protocols TCP and UDP. So we have applied the port with the protocols, and after that we'll reload the firewall. So to check whether the ports are enabled or not, so you can run this command firewall-cmd list all. So here you can see the ports are open, 53/UDP and 53/TCP. Okay, now we'll again go to that file name.conf file, and now we are going to create zones. Okay, so here what you have to go, just press Shift+D to come to the end of the file, and now go to the insert mode and we'll create a zone. So here you have to give the domain name from which you have to create. I am giving example.com, so the domain name which you have to create, you have to give here. After that, IN for internet, and then here you have to give type master. Type is master. Basically we are creating a master DNS server, the primary DNS server. In the upcoming videos I will show you how to configure the secondary DNS server, the slave DNS server. So here we are creating a master DNS server, the primary DNS server. Okay, and here you have to give the file I am giving as forward.example.com. so here the file name you can give anything. Okay, here for our explanatory purpose I am giving forward.example.com. you can give the file name anything. Okay, but the file must exist on /where named. Okay, we'll create this file on the /where name, and then we have to give allow update none, and then a semicolon, and after the curly braces a semicolon. Make sure that you match up with my syntax. Okay, then zone, one more zone we'll create. Here we'll give the IP. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do this command ifconfig, and this is my static IP. I'll just copy it and I'll paste it over here. I'll just, for showing you, I've just done this. Here you have to give 1.25.172. You have to just leave the last host 11, you have to just leave that. From your IP also, whatever your IP you have to just leave the last one in ADDR ARPA match. Okay, type is master. File is, we'll give a name to the file. You can give any name to the file. I am giving reverse.example, so you can give any name to the file. Okay, make sure that you have done this with this syntax only. So this is the syntax. Okay, so this is the syntax. So this reverse.example.com file, this file must also be on /where named. Okay, now I'll just write and quit from this file, and now we have to go to /where name and create forward.example.com file and the reverse.example.com file. So I'll go to where named. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just copy this name.localhost file, which is going to be similar to our forward.example file. I'll just copy this cp named.localhost to forward.example.com. Okay, now I'll just configure this file. So here the SOA is the start of authority. So here you can give your host name also, or host name, either your host name or your IP. So here I am giving my host name. My host name is server.example.com, and then root. Here dot acts as a delimiter. Okay, and here root.example. So basically, after giving the domain, you have to give, at the end you have to give a dot. Okay, root@example.com, and here at, then IN for internet, and for NS is for name server. Our name server is server.example.com at here A is for the IP address. You have to give the server PC IP address. Okay, so this is my static IP address. Okay, now here we'll create a host name and we'll resolve it with the IP. So basically what we are doing over here is we are just giving a host name, and we are just really resolving the name with the IP address. Okay, now one more, I'll create it as host .11. So basically what you have to do is you have to give a name, and then you have to follow this syntax, and you have to, and here you have to give the IP address. Okay, for client, I'll give a name to the client. I'll give the client name as desktop, and then I'll specify the client IP address. So this will be my client's IP address. So here you have to give the client IP address, and according to your clients, you have to specify the entries in this file. Okay, if you have 10 clients, then you have to specify in this file only. Just you have to give the host name, what you have to give, or a domain name, and then you have to just specify the IP with it. Okay, I'll give it one more name. I'll give it as client net 122.251.10. Okay, so we have just created this file forward.example.com. so what I'll do is I'll just copy this file to reverse.example.com. the forward.example, we are just copying the forward.example file to reverse.example file, and we'll just open it because the configuration is similar. So for saving the time, I'll just copy that. Okay, so in this reverse.example file, you have to give here ptr, which is pointer on which domain it is pointing. It is pointing on example.com. Okay, so after giving the domain, you have to give dot. Okay, so now here at the last, you have to give the hosts from the network. The hosts here I have 11, so I've given 11 and ptr pointer server.example.com. and similarly for the client, the client host name, okay, desktop.example.com. okay, now just write and quit from this file. Basically these entries are important of the pointer ptr. These entries are important. Okay, now if you see our ownership to this file is root and the group ownership is name, so we have to change the ownership to root names. Command is chown root colon named, the group named, and then forward.example.com, and similarly for reverse.example.com. and now I'll just start the service. If everything is right, then the service will get restarted. Okay, so before that I will show you a command to check whether our configuration is right or not. Okay, so I'll run this command named -check config and then -z and then the file path etc name.conf. so here it is showing loaded serial 0, means everything is right. If you have done some mistake in the file, then it will show bad error or something error it will show. So then you have to just go to that file and make some changes. I've not run this command at the beginning when we are configuring the name.conf file, because if I'll run this command, so it will show an error that forward.example file is not created or reverse.example file is not created at the beginning if I would have run. Okay, after the configuration is complete by your side, then just run this command and check whether the configuration is right or not. Okay. For checking the zone files also, which we have created, the forward.example.com and the reverse.example.com, check zone, then forward, and the file path. The file path is where named forward.example.com. So here you can see it has shown loaded serial 0, means there is no error. If there would be any error, then it will show an error over here, and then you have to go to that file and check what is the error. Similarly for the reverse.example.com, so here also I don't have any error. Loaded serial 0 means there are no error. If there would be any error, then it would show here. Now I'll just restart the service. Okay, if the service has restarted successfully, it means that the all configuration is right. And make sure that you have changed the ownership of the files forward.example.com and reverse.example.com. If you have done the complete configuration right, but you have not changed the ownership, then the DNS server will not work. Okay, so I'll just start the service, and now we'll move on to the client side. One more thing, if you have to learn that how I have configured the view server view desktop environment, so I've given a link in the description. I've made a video on this to configure a lab setup of RHCE. So you can see that video and configure accordingly. Okay, now I'll SSH root my desktop. Okay, So the client side, what you have to do is, first of all, check the host name of the client. So here I have a host name, desktop.example.com. It is not mandatory that you must have this domain only. You can a host name only. You can change the host name. Okay. Now here you have to go to a file, resolve.conf file. Okay. So one more thing, it is necessary that you have a domain in the host name example.com. Okay, if you give here example.com, then in the host name, in the static host name example.com, and this can be anything, example.com, the domain must be example.com, and then in the resolve conf file you will see search example.com. Okay, if you change it now, then what you have to do is you have to just restart the network manager. Okay, so search example.com. So this is the first entry. Then you have to give name server, then the server PC IP, which is 172, and this is the server PC IP. Okay, and systemctl restart network manager. Okay, everything is right. Okay, now at the server side, first of all, I've forgotten to show you. We have not pinged. I'll do first at the server side. We are pinging server. So here you can see the server is pinging, means the connection is established with the host name, with the domain name basically, and we'll ping the host in the forward.example.com file. I'll open it. Here you have given a host, a domain, a name, host name to the server with host. Okay, one more thing, one more again name I will give. Okay, before that I'll try to ping like www. I'll try to ping. It will show, it is showing no, name or service not known. Okay, now I'll go to the forward.example.com file, and here I will give www in 172.251.11, and after that I'll just restart the service, and now I'll try to ping www. It is not pinging. Why it is not pinging? Because we have not made changes in the reverse.example file. Okay, it is still not pinging. So we'll go to the vim/etc resolve.conf file, and from here yeah, I'll just remove this name server. Before I've practiced, so it was taking from this, that's why it was showing an error, and now just restart the network service. Okay, now I'll try to ping www. Now here you can see the ping is coming. So basically the mistake which we were doing was we have not given the name in the reverse.example file, and I have just made a mistake in the resolve conf file. So make sure that in your file also it is just search example.com. Okay, in the server side. Okay, now at the client side we'll try to ping. Okay, I'll try to ping the server. So here you can see our server is pinging at server.example.com. Means a connection has been established with the server. And one more thing, make sure that you are in a network, okay, with the server, or it will not ping if you have configured the complete configuration right also, and you have made the entries correct in the resolve conf file also. Okay, here I've pinged server, and then I'll try to ping host, which we have given in the server side, and host is also being resolved through the IP of the server, and www is also resolved with the server. Okay, now I'll give another name which is not involved in our DNS server, and try to ping it. So it is showing name or service not known, means it is not in our DNS name server. Okay, and one more thing, make sure that you are not connected to the internet. If you are connected to the internet, what problem you will face is if you try to ping like www or any name, host name which you have created in the DNS forward.example.com file, what it will do is it will try to go to the world and means to the internet, and it will search in the DNS server of the main server of the internet. Okay, so your DNS local server will not work then. So make sure that you are not connected to the internet. Okay, now one more thing, we will run dig example.com. So in the answer section here, you can see we are getting an IP. This is the server IP. Okay, here you can see server, the server PC IP example.com, and the answer section this, and the authority section server.example.com, the name, server name. Okay, everything is working fine, and I'll try to ping the client. In the host name, I've given the client as a name of client also. So here you can see it is also pinging. We have a connection with that also, and we have given it a name of desktop also. So it is also pinging successfully. So our DNS server has been configured successfully. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do like this video, and in the upcoming videos I'm going to show you how can we configure a secondary DNS server and a mail server using basically for the sending mails like the SMTP server, we need DNS server. So we have successfully configured the DNS server, and in the upcoming videos I'm going to show you how can we create a mail server. So thank you guys for watching this video. Do like